Hi guys, and welcome to Shine Online's YouTube channel. Now, just quickly before we get into the video, we wanted to run the previous giveaway competition, which is for a lifetime access to a social media scheduling tool. So whoever wins this will be saving their business thousands of pounds in the long run, and let's give it a go. So congratulations to Passion to Profit. I think they entered via Instagram. I mean, there's only 6 entries so far. So we will be contacting Passion to Profit via Instagram to find out more about their software. Thank you to everyone else who entered. Make sure you keep entering for future giveaways because we've got another one at the end of the video. So let's now jump into our tutorial for today, which is to do with social media content planning. Now, this is really important for small to medium business owners, and the reason it is your page on your social medias is a big indicator to any current or potential customer whether you guys are active, what you guys are doing, and also because social media is ingrained into so many people's lives. You think the average person spends something like 2.5 hours a day on social media at the moment. They will use this to search up your business. So whether you're in the construction industry, recruitment industry, e-commerce, anything like that, if they're interested in your products or services, the likelihood is they will look at your social media accounts. Now, if your social media account is sat idle for several months, weeks, days, etc., and you're not really providing not necessarily valuable content, but even showing up, some people can be put off by that because they could think, well, is this business active? Are they running anymore? And it also just doesn't look very professional. In my honest opinion, if you're not going to provide regular content on your account, you should probably close the account because it's more damaging to have it and it look poor than to just not have it at all. Now, saying that, I do also believe that it's essential that you have a social media account across all platforms as well, because you never know who you might touch via one of those accounts. And at the end of the day, you really want to be touching base with people across all social media platforms. They all have their advantages and disadvantages. They all have their target audience. For example, you have ones like TikTok, which is extremely visual and it's very good for reach. You have ones like Facebook, which are really good for informing and conversions. Same with Twitter. LinkedIn being the more professional platform, so that's more B2B. They all have their own different scopes, and that is another video that we will go into about what social media platforms should your business utilize. While we like to hit all of them because there's opportunities out there for all of them, there are specifics that matter. So let's jump into this video. So for example, a social media content plan. Now, the reason you guys need to be implementing this is because you want to have a streamlined process of when you're implementing content, why you're implementing content, and what specific content you're implementing. Now, what I mean by that is, say for example, you've decided, right, we're going to post every day. And then you get to that day and you're like, well, what am I going to post? If you have a plan in place to around about hit the factor that you're going to go for, it will make your life a lot easier. So for example, I've said this before, say for example on Monday you're going to do a quote or a motivational quote, okay? Now, the reason, typing was very bad there, the reason this is really important is because once you have this plan in place, you already have had half the battle and done it, because you know what you're going to be posting. So let's say this was your AM post, okay? Because again, posting a couple of times a day, it does no damage to you whatsoever. In fact, it makes you look even better, okay? So AM, motivational quote, as we've seen on Canva, all right? Look back to the previous video if you haven't already. You can find various pieces of content on there by searching on this template thing. You can go onto here, you can type in any of those down there and they'll be there for you, okay? Whether it's a quote or whatever. So it's very important to understand those. Okay. Now, why we have chosen a motivational quote. A motivational quote on a Monday morning. Some people are quite downhearted. They've got that back to work Monday feel. So sometimes those quotes are kind of cool for people to see and be like, oh, okay, like perk my day up. And again, it's come from your social media account. So it's a touch point. The whole thing with marketing is it's all about creating various touch points with your current and potential audiences. Okay? Because if that person likes that quote and they see it and they share it or even just remember it, they remember your business as well. They've seen the profile that's posted it. So that creates a touch point. And for example, whatever industry you're in, if that person needs you at that point, they're going to remember you. So it's important, okay? So this is a social media content plan. And what I'll say is we'll draw this up. And if anybody wants this, you can drop your email or drop us a message in the comments below and we can send this across to you. Obviously, you can screenshot it or whatever, but we can develop this one for you because it's not very difficult to do. And I think it's important for you guys to have this plan because once you have this basic plan, it's half the battle sorted, okay? So let's say we're going to go with a motivation quote in the morning, okay? Now, normally, you can continue to post more than once a day. You don't have to. Again, it all depends on what your business is doing and how much time you have. For example, with our accounts, we don't post every day. We like to post quite frequently, but we also have to focus on posting for our clients. We can't think about posting for ourselves. And we also want to provide valuable content. So that's the thing. Like, for example, your motivational quote, you don't want it to be something rubbish. You want it to be something informative. Okay, something that will inspire them. Now, your PM post could be a news update from your related industry. So like we've said before, if you are, let me just change these to left because otherwise it will really bug me. If you are a business operating in whatever industry, you will have news that you can go and get off the internet and share. And as long as you're sharing the source, there's no plagiarism or anything like that, you're still sharing informative information and you're getting them more clicks, so it's a benefit for them. But you're sharing relevant stuff for that industry, okay? And again, anyone who's following you is going to see that and go, oh, okay, this business is sharing stuff that I know about, that I relate to. So I'm going to keep following and I'm going to keep in touch with this business, okay? So that's very, very important. Now, depending on whatever, you're providing a product or service, what you want to start doing, so when we move over to Tuesday, for example, you want to be changing it. So you don't want to be doing a motivational quote again in the morning. Your AM could be a testimonial, okay? So like we've said, like we've said on the previous discussions that we've had, there are so many different pieces of content you should share. We have a blog post as well that you guys can have a look at. I'll put that in the description below. But sharing testimonials is so important because, again, that person that's following your business and may have a legitimate interest in purchasing from you guys, if they see a testimonial from another person talking about that product or service, they're going to think, okay, there's more trust in there, okay? Like we've said before, I think it's 93% of people trust the reviews that they see online, whether it be you sharing it on your own website or social media or Google reviews, Trustpilot, etc. So it's important to share these, showcase your business doing well, go and get good testimonials, make sure you're following up with these people who buy your products and services, get their testimonials. It's very important. If you can share valid ones, as in Google reviews, Trustpilot, etc., even better. But any testimonial is beneficial to your business, okay? So let's say we're sharing that testimonial, okay? Now, you could then, once again, and to be honest, it's something that I do quite a bit, where you're going to provide similar types of content, okay? So, like, again, in my PM, you provide a news update because at the same time, and this is just personal opinion, it's completely down to you, you don't want to continuously spam your newsfeed with stuff about you. because you want to be touching various parts of the audience. So some people who are following you, and you want your follower count to be high and highly engaged, because it's good for your business and they might share stuff further on. You want to be showing them the news of your industry, because that will be a big part of why people are following you. It's not just going to be specific to your business, it's the industry, right? So if I'm working in the engineering sector and I follow an engineering recruitment agency, I'm going to want to see engineering industry information. I don't just want to see a motivational quote, testimonials. I want to see stuff about the industry, because that will engage me, because that's what I'm interested in. So I think the news update thing, to be honest, I've done it before with previous clients, where you share something that's kind of an in-house developed content. So the motivational quote, the testimonial, using these via Canva. And then in the afternoon, you're sharing external news knowledge. Okay, so it could be off the BBC, it could be off a industry related publisher. What you want to be doing is providing that content daily. Yeah, providing new content that gets them clicks, that gets them seeing, okay, I'm going to follow your business to find out about my industry. And it's easy work. You're literally sharing other people's information. You haven't had to write it. You're just sharing their information. So it's a very easy way for you to keep providing regular content without you having to do the dirty work. Because even though I said before, these things are relatively quick, I know you guys are busy, so it might be time consuming for you to sit there and make various pieces of content. Okay, now let's go over to Wednesday. Now in the AM we are going to do okay, wording this carefully, sales related. Okay, now I'm saying sales related because it depends on whether you have a product or service, right? So products wise, why not put this out on Wednesday morning? And again, the timing depends, and you should have these analytics on your Google Analytics and everything, which shows when your highest store traffic and everything is. You could relate this on your social media content plan yourself. You're not going to have to just follow this. So for example, if your business sells really high on the weekend, make sure you're posting a sales related post on the weekend. Don't share it on the Monday, okay? But for the basis of this is a generic content plan, right? So you're sharing a sales related post. Now, if it's a product or service, if it's a product and you have a link to it, put the link into your social media accounts, okay? If you're on Instagram, make sure you have Linktree or basically a housing platform for various links. Because if you have under 10k followers, you can't share your link unless it's the one link in the bio, and you don't want to be changing that all the time. So on other platforms, definitely get the link in, because even if you're getting a handful of clicks, it's getting your business more traffic, more opportunity of sales, okay? So once again, we're going to go in with a news related post. Make sure, guys, when you're doing the news related posts, okay, that it is from a valid source. It goes without saying, you don't want to be sharing someone else on Twitter's posts, because you don't know if their information's verified, etc. Look for established publishers within your field, okay? So that's incredibly important. Now, your Thursday post could be a company update. Okay, now company update, this could be anything from your team's having a meeting. Okay, so you're showing that your team's in the office and you're having your meeting, so people are seeing, wow, look, there's the business, they're at work. Showcasing your team for their successes. Again, that is another good thing, because what you want to be doing is your social media isn't just for your customers, it's also for future employees or your current employees as well. For example, if you're showcasing your current employees and their successes, they're going to be feeling more valued by that, and you're more likely to retain them, even though it's a little thing. Trust me, it happened a lot in previous places, whether I've worked with them as clients or when I worked in-house. Small things like going up to someone and saying, okay, we're going to feature you in the weekly newsletter. They get that buzz off it. They get that, oh, it's recognition. So a company update, you know, whether it's an employee of the week or anything like that, it shows your business in a better light and it makes the employees feel better about themselves. So I think a company update on a Thursday would be really, really good. News update, same as normal. Now, when we go into Friday, okay, this could be depending, if you're the standard kind of Monday to Friday business and that's how you operate, so more of a B2B, it could be a weekend coming post. Okay, so, you know, it's celebrating the fact that it's near the weekend. A lot of people will engage with that because they agree with it. If you're more of a product base, maybe that product is utilised more on the weekends, you know, whether it's kind of alcohol based, drink, beverages, things like that. So you could, again, potentially feature a sales related post on a Friday. It depends. But I think if you're going B2B, a weekend coming sort of post, get people excited and just, again, create further engagement. So then if we went along with a news update again, I don't know why that's not moving, sorry guys, being difficult, get rid of that. Why is this being so difficult? Sorry guys, don't know why it's doing this. Don't know why they've just become stuck. There we go. Sorry guys, I've skipped on further on from that because I don't want you guys sitting there waiting, seeing that little kerfuffle with the software. So already, just from these little points and having this little content plan, you know to go and get a motivational quote, a testimonial, sales related post, company update, weekend coming, okay? You could get that within half an hour. All those things there could be created, and the news updates, you just make sure you find a reliable source, okay? Whether it's the BBC, because the BBC share on various industries, or you go and find the kind of news platform for your industry and you share their posts. So already you've got 10 posts there per week, minimal work. The weekend posts, you'll probably want a scheduling tool because whoever's actioning these posts, unless it's yourself, aren't going to be doing it on the weekends. Reason I say that is there is no need to not be posting on the weekends. I've had this discussion with a few people that are like, oh, it's not realistic that you're in the office, but at the end of the day, it's creating the views and impressions within those social media platforms. And if you can just schedule those posts to go over the weekend, do it by all means. So again, it could be sports related, right? It could be something to do, again, company update wise. You might have players within your company playing a sports team, or you sponsor a sports team. If you do that, use these times to do a company update saying, really looking forward to the game today from our sponsored team. Okay, something as small as that will resonate with the audience and again create further touch points. So it's incredibly important. Again, news updates, you can schedule these, no problem. And as you see, people who haven't been posting at all and thinking, oh, it's just so hard, I don't know where to start, you're going to end up having 14 posts per week creating you further impressions. Okay? Now again, because it's more of the weekend and it shouldn't be so much about, you know, job stuff. Again, company update wise, it could be anything about what your guys are doing within your company, whether you've had, again, whether it's a sports success or family congratulating someone on a newborn. Any generic information that will get you more touch points is brilliant. Again, this all depends on the industry. I think your company updates for your weekends are more for a B2B, okay? Because if you're not selling over the weekends, you don't need to be hammering that out. if you're a B2C, you should be utilizing these weekend points. Okay, in fact, I'll put this in here just in case people have had the audio off. So if you are B2B, okay, your AM would be your company update. Same here. If you're B2C, product, service. Yeah? And again, it goes without saying, guys, that really you should be running, you know, if you have any promotions, like you're offering free water bottles with something, whether it's discounts on your services or products, get those on your social media platforms. Yeah? If you're running monthly offers, make sure they're being posted out there. A lot of people neglect their social media, and I understand that it is time consuming, but if you have a plan, it honestly isn't. Like we've seen last week with some people who've noticed that, wow, this Canva tool is actually really simple to use. The same goes for if you've got the pro version. I'm pretty sure that you can schedule your content. So the premise of this is to kind of have your social media content plan in place, because it will just ensure that you follow it more. It's like with anything, right? If you have sales teams and stuff like that, if they don't have a plan, it could just be catastrophic throughout the week because they won't have a structure to follow. If you guys have this simple structure to follow, you will keep to it. Okay? Now, let's cover some quick notes before we announce our next giveaway. So, notes. So let's make sure you have a regular. We'll zoom in here. Okay, so notes only, because I want you guys to take this on board. Okay, so regular content is key. All right. Now, it doesn't have to be daily. As I've shown you, though, I don't see why you shouldn't do it. Just make sure you're putting out regular content, because if you're not, pull your page down. That's me being brutal and honest. If you're not going to put regular content out there, get rid of your pages. You're better off not having them. Okay? Make sure it's varied content throughout the week. Okay? Now, the reason I'm saying that, you just bullet point this, is you don't want the same pieces of content, because it won't engage people as much. And your audience are more likely to touch with different things, okay? Some people will be really receptive to a sales post. Some will be really receptive to your company update. Some will be really receptive to animal photos, right? So it's like the motivational quote. You might put a dog in there and you'll get someone completely different engaging with that post compared to you saying, right, here's 20% off our products today only. Okay, so that's why you need varied content, because otherwise you're only going to focus on a specific group of people, and you want to be making sure you're hitting everyone that follows your platform. It's important to remember that it's organic posts, okay? So your audience is the people that are following you, okay? Now, because of this, unless you're boosting them and paying for it, you want to make sure that that content is brilliant for this audience, because this is more of a touch point aspect. You're not really going to get sales from organic posts unless you have a large following. Okay, reason for that being is it's simply a numbers game. Okay, if you've got 100 followers, the likelihood is that when you post, only 2 people might see it, and you're gambling on 2 people seeing a social media post, and at that specific point they want your product or service. Okay, this is more about your business looking professional. Okay, that's what this is about. Your business looking good on social media, so that if you've had someone on a sales call with someone, they go and put your business into Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, etc., and they find this content. Okay, this business is legitimate. This business is doing stuff day to day. Okay, this business looks the part. Rather than you haven't posted in 3 years, they go on those social platforms and they think, wow, this person doesn't post. Are they still active? Is this really a professional company? Do I really want to be purchasing from this company? So that's the key aspect. So just ensure that the regular content is there, okay? Make sure you're doing it, whether it's, even if it's weekly. I still say daily, but I understand, okay, that it's varied content throughout the weeks or week, depending how frequent you're posting. Make sure it's not the same. They are organic posts, so your following are the only people that will really see it unless it gets shared on, okay? So don't think that these things are going to get massive reach unless you've got a massive following. And this is about looking professional. Your business looking professional, so that people, whether they're current or prospective clients, come onto your platforms and they see, wow, this business looks legitimate. Okay, so that's the key points to take from this. Now, the giveaway for this week, as we were on last week and we're going to run one again, is for a month's supply of, let me put it on the screen in case people are watching and they don't have audio. Okay, I'm going to delete the whole thing here just to make it easier. I can get it back, no problem. Okay, so let's type it out here. Our giveaway for this week. Is a month's supply of social media content which is branded to your business. Okay, so what that means is whoever wins this giveaway, okay, and it's the same method as last time, you're liking, you're commenting, and if you're already subscribed from the few that subscribed the first time, you've got one less step to follow. We will get your logos and everything and related to your industry, and we will provide you with a month's supply of social media content, videos, social media graphics, etc. So loads of different stuff that you guys can post. And again, yes, this is something that we charge for, but we will give this away to one individual. Again, it's running on Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So make sure to enter that you are, we will put it on the screen as well, subscribed, you have liked the video, and commented. Now, when you comment, same as the guys before, please comment your improvements or anything that you think like could be added, or any recommendations for future videos. For the guys who mentioned about the noise and the camera, we've got new backgrounds and microphones and lighting coming, so thank you for that. And as I said, we're going to improve on these all the time. The reason I haven't featured my face this week is because I don't want to provide the same issue. Okay, so next week we'll hopefully have a much better camera viewing, better background and everything. So we'll listen to you guys and make sure we're providing better content. If you like this video, make sure to leave us a like. If you have any suggestions for future ones or any feedback on this video, please leave it in the comments below. Until next time, guys, thank you.